As a wise philosopher once said, shit eventually flows. Just give it some time, and shit eventually flows to the surface. Iran exposed the pro-Palestine activists for what they are and always have been. Jihadist, not human rights activist. Certainly not freedom fighters. The pro-Palestine cult of Islamist and woke Neo-Marxist were lecturing the world on morality, capitalizing on the suffering of the Palestinian people they created until the hour finally struck and fate decided it was time for their masks to fall and reveal their true jihadi self. As it always happens with these hypocrites.
Before all of that, it's important to note here that the heroic, brave, noble Islamic Republic of Iran is now at the forefront of humanity. Iran is now the pinnacle of humanity, fighting one of the most just battles we have ever seen in the past century. The Islamic Republic of Iran, which has been facing constant aggression from the imperialists and the Zionists and the worshippers of Baal and the Satanists, as confirmed by the Epstein files, is now facing an aggression from a blackmailed president of the United States of America, who is held on a leash by the Zionists because he raped girls with Jeffrey Epstein. He was recorded doing so. He abused girls too and participated in child trafficking and potentially additional atrocities that haven't been revealed yet. That's why there is a war against Iran now. That's why there is so much chaos in West Asia and across the world.
The globalized world today appears increasingly divided into two broad currents, the rationalist versus the radicals. The rationalists represent the classical liberal world and their allies from the Christian or Muslim world that share values of common sense, true progress, and preserving what's good or functional in this world. In this category, you will find patriots in Europe and Muslim states like the UAE and Saudi Arabia under Mohammed bin Salman.
Radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
The radicals represent Islamic jihad, neo-Marxist revolutionaries, and woke critical thinking ideologues who see the world as corrupted and want to radically change it. Currently, all these radical groups align under the banner of pro-Palestine. The radicals are dogmatic, regressive, illiberal, naive, conspiratorial, delusive, propagandist, ignorant, hubris, fascist, racist, and they hate the world. The radicals are the perfect storm of everything that can go wrong in a society.
There is a Holocaust right now on Muslims, and the equivalent of the Pope, the Ayatollah, has been murdered. It doesn't matter what you think of the Ayatollah, it is a psychological warfare on Muslims. The attack on Iran is the Holocaust expanding to a new territory. This is an attack on Muslims. This is an attack on the Muslim faith. It is a spiritual attack. I believe in energies and stuff like that. I'm not exactly religious, but I do understand that this is a big deal. This is a big deal. The Ayatollah has now become a symbol. It's become a symbol of resistance. And what the imperialist West thought what was going to happen, that people would lose faith, people that would feel hopeless, has done the exact opposite. The Ayatollah was slain in his duties. He was in his office, doing work, not hiding, out in the open, working for his people. And he was slain. He is now a martyr. He is now a symbol of resistance. And he will be seen that way. And this makes for a new wave of radicalized youth. For the better, this is good. I mean, it's not good that he died, but he wanted to go that way. He wanted to go that way on his own terms. It is an honorable death. It is just very confusing why people are celebrating his death in a way that it reminds me of like people celebrating Stalin's death or like Lenin's death, where it's like, no, the USSR will continue its fight against imperialism. It is the revolution, the Islamic revolution is not a man. It is not a man. It is a people. And people that come on here and say that he was killing communists and things like that needs to look at history. Because Trotsky was a communist. And he wanted to overthrow the USSR. He wanted to keep revolutionizing the USSR while it was at war. Iran has always been at war with the West. Always, since its beginning. You cannot go through another revolution until the West has fallen. And communists that aren't working with the state, that are working against the state, are enemies. They're not understanding that the Islamic revolution is fighting the West. That's how I reconcile with that. Hopefully, in the future, it does go towards a more socialist system. And it is. What I see, free housing, things like that, taking care of its people, education for everyone. Education for women was at, before the revolution, I think 30% were literate. Now, I think it's almost 100%. So, long live the resistance and death to America.
Hands off Iran! Hands off
Take
Iran!
their own airplanes.
Hands off!
Children, Israel and
The
America.
Islamic
regime kills more Iranians than any other regime. We are the people of Iran. We want to free Iran.
You're too young to remember that.
You're puppet regime.
You're puppet.
You are a puppet.
You're a puppet.
You are an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Who's an idiot?
We want your own country, boy.
Who's an idiot?
We want.
Who's an idiot?
We want.
In this clip, we see the useful idiots, radical leftists in the West, telling Iranian people what they should feel for Ayatollah being killed. So you leftists in the West know better than the Iranian people how they should feel about the regime in Iran. The same people knew better in Venezuela how the people of Venezuela meant to feel about Maduro being toppled. So the people of Venezuela were celebrating, were crying with happiness. Guys, I saw the videos. They were crying in happiness. Actual tears of happiness. And the leftists were demonstrating in favor of the dictator Maduro. Now, the Iranian people, again, guys, I've seen a video of a young lady. Thanking Trump and saying, I am in Iran. Even if I die now from an American bomb, it's worth it. Because my people will finally be free. So this is the sentiment of the Iranian people. They were crying from joy. I've seen guys' videos, a couple hugging themselves, and they were, having these spasms from joy, from joy. And the leftist useful idiots are demonstrating against this thing, and they know better.
We are taking the streets of New York today after just last night, the U.S. and Israel coordinated an attack on the people of Iran, an attack which targeted an elementary school, claiming the lives of now 82 schoolgirls as martyrs. We know that this comes off the heels of 2.5 years of brutal, depraved U.S.-Israeli genocide against our people in Gaza, where they targeted our schools, where they targeted our journalists, where they targeted our people. And we see this as an extension of the new Middle East they're trying to create, a new Middle East that we reject. We call for liberation for all the people of our region, an end to U.S.-Israeli terror in our region.
What I was trying to do the last couple of hours is demonstrate how evil is the Iranian regime in Islam. And it's so evil in that magnitude that the text-to-speech doesn't allow me to do that. Okay, it's neither. Okay, so I cannot do the video. So let me try to communicate the levels of evilness of the Islamic regime in Iran. So it was this young lady that was being raped for 3 years. The Iranian regime arrested this young lady, 15 years of age, and they accused her against custody laws. So not only she was being raped for 3 years, but now she stands accused for execution because she was being raped. In the prison, okay, following the Ayatollah instructions of you should rape female captives because in that way they will not go to paradise. So in prison she was raped again, so severely raped that she couldn't walk to go to the court. She couldn't walk, you know. Okay. Then, when she realized that she was losing the case with these maniacs, she threw her shoe to the judge and took her hijab. And the judge insisted that he should put the rope on her neck. And he did a method, the judge, in order for the rope to hang her in a way that the suffering will be extended. To a 15-year-old girl who her crime was being raped. Okay. We are talking about this type of regime. Hanging teenagers for Facebook posts. Going to the hospital and using Stalin's method of inserting some kind of liquid to the patients so that they die after a couple of days. So the patients, they were inserting them this type of liquid, and the patients were going out from the hospital and they were dying with heart failure after a couple of days. We are talking, guys, about this type of regime. And this Western ignoramus, buffoon, ideologue, fascist, racist, all the bad things in the world, naive, stupid, hates the world, this moron tells the Iranian person how he should feel for being against the regime. Can you imagine that, guys? Can you imagine the state of the liberal world? They were never liberal. The classical liberal world is the opposite, is the other side. We are the classical liberal world. They are jihadist ideologues. They are neo-Marxist enemies, haters of the West. This is what they are. They were never liberal. They were never human rights activists. They were always anti-Western bigots and always wanted to destroy the West. They are jihadists. Okay, they are the revolutionaries. They are the the Marxists, the communists. Okay. Thank you very much.
Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει η αγάπη που έχω για σένα. Να μου χτυπάς ξέρεις τα λάθη μου τα περασμένα. Ποτέ δεν σε βρίσκω, μια έτσι μια αλλιώς μου τα φέρνεις. Να σ' αγαπά ακόμα, δεν ξέρω πως το καταφέρνεις. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει η αγάπη που έχω για σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει ο πόνος που παίρνω από σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει εγώ να δακρύζω, να σβήνω. Αγάπη να σου ξαναδίνω.
Τι άλλο να κάνω, τι άλλο να πω. Έχω βαρεθεί να λέω σ' αγαπώ. Μα σένα δεν νοιάζει για μας. Δεν ξέρεις τι κάνεις, που πας. Μακάρι να σε νοιάζε λίγο, να μπορούσα μαζί σου να φύγω. Θα μπορούσα να κάνω πολλά, μα μ' αφήνεις με τόσα κενά.
Εγώ σου μιλάω κι οι λέξεις μου δεν πιάνουν τόπο. Στα αλήθεια πονάω κι φέρεσαι με αυτόν τον τρόπο. Τι άλλο να κάνω, τα πάντα για σένα έχω δώσει. Και ψάχνει η καρδιά σου τον τρόπο για να με προδώσει. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει η αγάπη που έχω για σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει ο πόνος που παίρνω από σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει εγώ να δακρύζω, να σβήνω. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει αγάπη να σου ξαναδίνω.
Δεν θέλεις να ακούσεις, δεν θέλεις να δεις. Τώρα εγώ λιώνω κι εσύ απορείς. Γιατί να πονάω μονάχα εγώ. Τους φίλους ρωτάω, μαθαίνεις εδώ. Τι θέλεις ακόμα να κάνω. Το κεφάλι μου θέλει σε πιάτο επάνω. Ό,τι κι αν θέλεις εγώ θα στο δώσω. Ακόμα κι αν εμένα σκοτώσω.
Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει η αγάπη που έχω για σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει ο πόνος που παίρνω από σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει εγώ να δακρύζω, να σβήνω. Αγάπη να σου ξαναδίνω. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει η αγάπη που έχω για σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει ο πόνος που παίρνω από σένα. Ποτέ δεν σου φτάνει εγώ να δακρύζω, να σβήνω. Αγάπη να σου ξαναδίνω.